Your story on WCBI Sunrise with Kealy Shields.
Everyone, welcome back into Sunrise. Keyton Blocher is here with Benson's Military Hardware for our What You Need to Know Wednesday segment. And Keyton, we got a lot of spices and stuff, but these are not for the kitchen.
Yes, they are not. And with the weather coming in and all of the rain, I would say, you know, if it was going to stay dry and sunny, this week would be the time with spring, the bugs, the weeds, everything, to start prepping your yard.
Okay.
Start spraying for those weeds around the fences and, you know, underneath the trees and all that kind of stuff. But with the rain coming in, it's going to wash away all your chemicals.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't put anything out just yet, just to make sure that you get the longevity out of the chemicals and the, you know, the ant killers and the spreads, just for the best bang for your buck, basically. The stuff that I brought in today is just kind of a broad spectrum insecticide for most bugs that you see here that we have in Mississippi.
Okay.
So that includes ants, termites, you know, some bees. It'll help with that as well. And then this is also another type of insecticide that we sell that works for general home use. I mix this one up and I just spray this around my house, around the bottom and then around the eaves every 6 months.
Okay.
And I hardly ever have any bugs in our house.
Well, that's a great thing to hear.
Yes, it is great. And then this is the new container of that Surrender fire ant stuff. I don't know if you remember last time I brought it. You could smell it through the plastic bag.
So they listened.
This is the same thing they did. And they gave us a new container, but you can do a spoonful of it. Yeah. So this one's for those fire ant mounds.
Okay.
So when those start popping back up, which I've already seen some in my yard, this is what we usually recommend to customers.
Okay.
This right here, this I wanted to talk about a little bit. This is a Racer Max, and this is a pre-emergent killer for weeds.
Okay.
So it doesn't require the weeds to have the leaves on it. So you can spray this after you mow.
Gotcha.
Most killers, if you look, it's called a broadleaf, which means it's not a pre-emergent, so it won't treat the ground and it won't actually, like, you know, prevent things from coming up. It's not a preventative. It's a actual broad spectrum leaf killer. So it uses the leaves to get the chemicals into the plant.
And this will kill trees.
And that will kill smaller trees.
Okay,
so
smaller
like baby trees. So if you have baby trees and you got a lot of weeds around them, I would stay about a good, you know, 3 or 4 feet back from them. That way you're not hitting the roots with that pre-emergent.
All right, Keith, we got about 30 or so seconds. What is all this over here?
So this is a pump sprayer, which is what you use with all these chemicals with water. This right here is those mosquito bars I brought in last year that you hang away from where you're going to be hanging out.
Okay.
It attracts them. They drink it. They could die. This right here is a carpenter bee trap. This is made out of incense cedar, and these holes that are all on all 4 sides are drilled at an angle, and those big fat carpenter bees, they go up in there and they go in at an angle and they can't get back out, and then you just empty them out of the jar, out of the bottom.
Okay, so they're, will they be dead though?
Yeah, they'll be dead when you, I would wait a day or two because they'll die off. But yeah, so these are kind of just my bug and weed killers. With the season, we wanted to let everybody know.
All right, Keaton, well, we're so glad you could join us, guys. You can find all of this stuff at Benton's Military Hardware. We'll be right back after the break.